Hello, everybody. LimeWire. I've been wanting to make this for a while, but of course, we had a storm here in the Jamaica, and then I got the flu. Yes. So now that I'm back on my feet, I wanted to take a look at LimeWire. Now, if the name LimeWire means anything to anybody over a certain age, then you know I'm talking about the same LimeWire from back in the day, Napster. Now, what they've done is that since Napster was a phenomenon that I took full advantage of, I take responsibility for that 20 years later. But now that it has been rebranded, they rebranded it in 2022 as an NFT marketplace. And in September of 2023, they bought Willow AI. So they're creating this AI image or AI generation platform for artists. Now, before I got sick, I saw they had, and this is my profile page. I got sick, I saw they had, you could create images using Blue Willow and others, and I'll go into that in a minute, other models, and the ability to create audio and video were coming soon. Now, it's been a week, and I checked, and it looks like you're able to create audio. So you can do text to audio, and you can actually do image to audio, which I have not tried, but I will try here with you guys. So here is my first text to audio render. I have it on my post page, so you can take a look and see and tell me what you think of it. I'm not going to recreate that here. I did want to try the image to audio and see what happens there. But first, let me go into LimeWire. As you can see here, I've gotten quite a few really good renders from LimeWire, and it is a very interesting proposition that they have here. You have the ability to create images, but you can also make money from those images with the help of blockchain technology. So they're doing NFTs and blockchain as a way to help artists to get compensated for their work, whether it's being sold for the first time or it's being resold. So I find that to be really interesting. Another interesting part about LimeWire in general, AI Studio, is that they really kind of go all in with that whole let's give everybody a chance to make money thing. Because when I go into my settings, let me take a look and see if I can go in here. Here's my intro, but let me go to the payments part. Now, this is where you have the ability to actually earn money. You can earn money through purchasing, through memberships. There are some celebrities on here like Lauren Jareggi from Fifth Harmony. She's on here, and her subscription is like $10 something, or $11. So she can actually earn money from subscriptions. She can earn money from creating exclusive content for her followers. And then there's ad revenue. Anybody who's on here can earn ad revenue. You create something, you earn ad revenue. It's really quite unique. I've never seen anything like this as far as creating a platform, a marketplace that uses different types of, ways to create artists, different tools for artists, and then you can create money off of it. It does seem a little bit like Napster, what Napster probably should have been, but it was just too early. So I think they're kind of catching the crest right now and really taking advantage of it. Because unbeknownst to me, I was just playing around with it, and I got to notice that I'd earned this much in LimeWire, and you can actually transfer that into different wallets, USDC wallets, and go from there. I admit I am not the best person to understand more on cryptocurrency, but I hope to one day be able to discuss this with somebody at LimeWire a little bit more, just get more into why this is such an interesting thing. So you can earn money from there in a variety of ways, even if you are on a free plan. It doesn't matter. And then you can, work from there. You can create invoices, you can create special artists, but it's a really unique marketplace for people to create and monetize their creations. All right, so let's get back to the studio. Now with this one, I can generate a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm going to try to do some of the suggestions here. But I find it very interesting that you can, the removal of a background is something I want to see, because when I'm working with Leonardo, it's really, sometimes I hit, sometimes I miss, sometimes I have to, whenever I do a removal of background, it works really well, or it kind of takes part of my character's head off because of the coloration, or it leaves a little bit more of the background in because of the coloration. So I'd be interested to see how this one works. With the editing the image, I have wanted to try it as well as the out painting and the in painting. The in painting is coming soon, but the upscaling is here. So let me try and generate an image, and let me see if I can do that, because I think I tried before and it didn't quite work out, but I probably should have taken a little bit more time. So let's go ahead and take a little bit. So I actually had a something from one of my Leonardo generations. I got the prompt, so let's go ahead and generate and see what comes up. Now, on here, the settings are very important because you can take a look at the quality of your settings. You can set it to low, medium, high. Right now, it's set to the middle ground. And then, oh, this is beautiful. I'll get to that in a minute. The prompt guidance goes up to 10, and you can choose the size that you want. So it's a pretty basic setup. And here you can take a look at the number of credits you're using. So obviously, if I wanted to generate something like this, it's just regular, I'm not really changing any of the settings, it costs me 99 credits, or however that much is in the LimeWire coin. If I wanted to go to 1536, it's still 99 credits. Now, if I wanted to go into a high quality, I think this will bump me up to 1.5. Yes, this bumps me up to 1.5 credits, and I only am able to generate a maximum of 2 images. So you have to play around with settings. Right now, they're pretty basic, but that's all you kind of need. For the most part, I'll be using the Blue Willow version 4 because, of course, I've never used Blue Willow, but you do have access to all the other platforms once you're a Pro member. You have DALL-E 3, which is important. You have SDXL version 0.9, which you do have access to that in Leonardo as a free member. Version 1.0, I have not seen that in Leonardo yet, but I'm guessing they're probably working on it as a pro. And Google Imagine, which I have heard of and I've never tried. But you do have access to all of these other platforms as a paid member. But if you are a free member, it's 10 credits every day. So you can play around with it, 10 credits every day. And I think once you get in, it's like 1,000 credits. I forgot exactly how much. But this is actually a pretty nice rendering when you take a look at it. I decided to use one of my fairy renderings, and it's really good for the Blue Willow. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to see if I could edit this. Let's see. If I can edit the image, let's see, outpaint the image. Okay, so here's the image that I wanted to outpaint. It automatically moved it over, and the outpaint direction is going to be top, right, bottom, or left, or all of them. So then I go ahead, and it's going to cost me 1.5 credits. So let me go ahead and generate this and see how it comes out. Right. Yeah, this does look really cool. Let me take a look at it. Here, expand the image up here. I'm not quite sure what that is, that writing down there is, but it could very well just be letting me know that this is an outpainted image. You can also upscale the image if you wanted to do something for, to sell online. Then you can go ahead and try to upscale the image, and that's going to cost you like another 1.5. Speaking of upscaling the image and selling online, I do have a Redbubble store. It's got about 50 items on them. Believe me, I could do so many more, and I'm going to. But if you'd love to support the channel, if you think what I'm doing is worthy of support, and if you find the images that I've created on my Redbubble store to be great, that you can get a throw pillow, you can get your iPhone cases or your phone cases, then please go ahead and think about getting a purchase. I'll actually find out where that is. All of my store information is in this little red bubble here in my description. And you can take a look, click on them, go check it out. And like I said, order a present for yourself or for a friend. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Now let me get back to LimeWire. All right, so let me go ahead and close this out because I wanted to get to the music part. So far what I'm seeing is that the image quality is pretty good. It's comparable to Leonardo in my opinion, and the fact that it has access to DALL-E 3 and other very popular and useful models, I think LimeWire is on to something as far as image generation. Now let's take a look at the music generation, because that's the one that really kind of fascinates me. Of course, being a YouTuber, you have to use the audio library, and I'm good with it. The audio library fits my needs. But there are times when I think I was like, well, maybe I want to try to do something on my own. I am by no means a musician. I can, like I said in my post, I can find middle C on a piano. And you know, I have some kind of proficiency on that, some, but it's one of those things where to do that requires a certain skill level I do not possess. But it's fun. Like I said, it's fun to kind of play around with stuff and kind of get into trouble with stuff. So let me go ahead and play or more around with the whole music, the audio part of it. So let me go and try the beta. Both of these are in beta. So let me try the image to music part. Now for this, I'm going to upload an image that I downloaded again. So just give me 1 second. I live in a rural area where getting the internet can be tough or impossible. The Alcatel Link Zone 2 is helping me to stay online. Maybe it can help you too. Click the link below. Okay, so now here's the image. This is an image that is in my prompt template store. So again, you can take a look at that. I have that information down in my description. Look for the bubbles, look for the colored bubbles. And I'm going to give it this and see what it comes up with. I'm totally fascinated by this because I've never seen an image to music. So this will be a first for me here. So let's see how this works. And here we go. Wow, that looks kind of busy, but let's see how it comes out. Let's see how this dancing, I believe it's a gorilla with headphones on, comes out. I'm not quite sure what to think. It's very busy. And I don't know that the image is that busy, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm going to give this another try. Let me try another image that may not be so crazy or may not generate something so crazy. Hold on a second. Okay, so now here's my second image, which looks a little bit more subdued. So maybe that will yield a more subdued result. Let's check this out. 1 credit, let's go. It's kind of, okay, it's kind of emo-ish. I do like this. So I kind of like this. It's very interesting for this picture because it is very somber, but it's kind of upbeat. And this is a very, in my opinion, it's a somber image. It's meant to be a somber image. So it kind of works. Kind of works. But you can also choose the intensity. And this one was actually a high intensity one, but I'm going to retry the other one. That dancing, the gorilla one, I'm going to retry that because I want to see, I definitely want to try that again. So let me go ahead, get back that picture up and see if I can adjust the settings and maybe come up with something a little less bad. Okay, so now let's take a look. I'm going to actually put this at low intensity. As far as the bit rate is concerned, I have no idea what, I'm going to stick to default because I'm not quite sure what it should be. Complexity of the arrangement. So it's going to stick to low. Do I need to loop or jingle? Let me go ahead and put this on a track. So let's do a custom duration. We're going to keep that as a default as well. All right, so let's see how this comes out when I've done a low intensity instead of what it was before. All right, here goes nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this works, or doesn't. Yep, I like it. It is really, that's much better than what I produced before. Um, so basically, when it comes to LimeWire, I'm forever fascinated by it because it's not like anything I have seen so far. I mean, it gives artists license. We have the ability to make money from whatever we create if we want to put it out there for sale. You can make subscriptions. You can do so much more. I've heard good things about it, but to see it, how it works, I'm impressed with it and how it can render. So I look forward to really investigating more. The interface, I won't lie, I'm not a fan of the interface, but just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. I prefer something a little bit more like what Leonardo had, but this is not too bad. It's actually really good. I have 3 sections I can play around, and I can go from this section over here. So it really kind of makes it easy for me to get all the elements together, to kind of play around with the knobs and bobs and tune this and tune that however I want it, all in one space. So I appreciate the fact that LimeWire has that. As I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge fan of using using like the Imagine in Discord. I'm just not. So I like what I'm seeing here, and I look forward to checking out when it does come out, the video part of it, because I think that will be just it won't be the icing on the cake, but it'll be one hell of an ingredient in the whole cake. It will be absolutely fabulous to have to play around with that video generation, text to video, and then use that with something and juxtapose that with something like, say, a pica, and see how those come out. So good job, LimeWire AI Studio. It's great. You came back from the dead. Looks like you're doing all right. So let me know what you guys think of the creations that I've come up with on here. I'll leave a link. My link to my LimeWire page is going to be in the description, so you can take a look and let me know what you think. Play around with it yourself. I mean, 10 credits is actually pretty good per day if you want to play around with it. And let me know what you think of the music creations that you might be coming up with. Heck, if you want, actually create some music. Let me know, put it in the comments, and let me know. I'll check it out, and we can go from there. We can have fun with this whole situation and see what LimeWire has for us in the future. All right. So thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you all in the next video.